Hello, this is Regina. Welcome to my channel and a demonstration on the Simplicity Bias Tape Maker. I've cut 320 inches of 2.5-inch fabric, sewed them together to make binding for my Christmas quilt, the Nutcrackers. Let's get on with the demonstration, and thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I wanted to do a little video on this Simplicity Bias Tape Maker. I bought it several years ago off of eBay. It was used, but as you can see, it's in excellent condition. I've used it quite a bit. About the only time I use it is when I do a lap quilt or larger. I don't do it on smaller quilts, but it works great. Right now, I've tried to run it, but as you can see, there is a lot of fabric on the roll, so I'm having difficulty getting it to run automatic. It does run automatic, so I'm having to pull it and feed it through because it's sitting right on top of the foam. I'll be right back. I'm pausing the demo for a minute because I forgot to show you what the Bias Tape Maker looked like, the case and everything. This is what it looks like when it's closed, and you open it up and everything is inside except for the power cord, and it plugs in right back here on the back. Comes with a set of instructions, one page, not a set, one page of instructions. That's the English side, and on the reverse is French. Okay, this piece comes off. This is the arm that sets up and the fabric goes over. This is what you roll the fabric up on manually, and then you set it in here. If you've got too much fabric, as you've seen in the previous part of the video, you can take this foam out right here. And there's all your buttons. I think I went over it to begin with. On-off button, fabric selector. This is your ready light. You press this to run. This is the iron part, and this goes over it. And this is the button that you push to make it go. All right, let's get back to the demo. All right, so I took the foam out of the bottom of the Bias Tape Maker to give it a little more room for this fabric to fit because there's so much. There's 320 inches of 2.5-inch fabric on that roll. So yeah, a lot. So let me see if it'll run automatic now. So like this is the on-off button. This is your fabric selection button, and I've got it on cotton. This shows you that it's ready to go, and this makes it run, and this resets it. So let me hit this go button and see if it'll... Okay, so you have to push on this button where my thumb is, and it runs it through automatic. I have a 1.25-inch fitting on there, and that's what I use for the 2.5-inch fabric, or the binding fabric that I've put in. You can see it's going by itself. So let me quit. I'm going to turn this over. So you see how nicely that's pressed? I love it when you have a whole lot. So let me run this a little bit more for you. Like I said, oops, hold on. All right, so it must have come on a seam, and it kind of slowed down. So let me get it going again. There we go. Yeah, when the seams go through that bias tape tip, it has a tendency to get hung up. Let's see if I can get a shot going through there. And like I said, it's a lot better than standing at the ironing board, folding the fabric in half and pressing, and then moving it down and pressing and moving it down. See, it's got another seam that went through there, so let me get it going again. You have, come on, go through there. There we go. You have to be careful because this part right here is very hot. Very hot. This has a tendency sometimes to get hot. Okay. So this is going 2 minutes, and I'm more than halfway finished. That's what's left on the roll. Turn it over again to show you. See? And I'm not holding it. There's the edges, and it's right where it belongs. So I'm now 3 minutes into the video. Come on, go through. All right, it's stuck again. Every time it hits one of those seams, it seems to get stuck. Give it a tug. See how fast this is going? So I started out with 300 and I think 20 inches. And that's what's left. And there it is, piled up on the floor. Seam, another seam. Oh, and it is getting hot. This, I don't think I've ever cut this much binding, because I just don't make really huge quilts. Look at this. It is, once again, fantastic to use when you have this much binding. It has to be turned over, folded in half, and pressed. And boy, is this getting hot. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of my little cut-offs from, there we go. That's what I cut off of my binding when I joined the pieces together. And that's all that's left. I'm going to pause this a minute. Alright, I needed to move the binding around down there. I didn't want to. That's almost 320 inches. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you dizzy moving so fast. And yeah, sometimes a little fabric on here helps keep your fingers from getting a little warm. But here we are, almost to the end. Alright, sorry. So there we are. And that's it. So I thought I'd show you the quilt that this is going on. This is my Nutcracker quilt. This is just one side. Unfortunately, it's taken me since January to do this because I have really bad back problems and I can't sew very long at a time. And this is the other side of the quilt. I love this quilt, but any other time it would have only taken me about a month, maybe 6 weeks, as large as this quilt is, maybe even less. There's some of the quilting. My little mouse princess and the prince ballet. There's the decorator, fireman, football. My husband's from England, so I did an English Bobby. All right, well, that's it. And this is where the binding's going to go on this side. It's the same as this right here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and you might try out this bias tape maker, or I call it a binding maker, and just Google it, look it up on eBay, Amazon. I know they're out there. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.